It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hello, Heather. How is Das Foot?
Oh my God. It's been, and I'm a mess right now. I feel like I say that most times that we get
Yes.
I'm like an extra
That's why I
mess.
specifically asked, how's your foot? Instead of like, how are you? How's your foot? So in case people don't know, Heather broke a bunch of bones in her foot or ankle. I don't know. She did something weird. Tripped herself up literally. And
just walking
a few years ago. Yeah, just walking. No joke. Didn't even trip over anything. So
well, I don't know. I think there was probably something. I think it might have been like a ghost or a leprechaun.
something
tripped me. And there may have been something. We didn't look, honestly.
So she had, thankfully it healed up. This was a few years ago, but then you went in and got the metal taken out.
Yeah, because I was having really bad problem. I couldn't run 10 feet without being in agony for several days, like just in that ankle. So it wasn't like I'm not saying like, I'm not saying I'm that out of shape, but I'm, whatever.
But the ankle hurt because you had all this
it was just isolated to that ankle. And so, I went and had all the hardware taken out and I was not prepared for what was to come because he's like, oh, this is me, like no downtime and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. Sounds great. Oh, no. I had like a nerve block done that lasted 2 days. And then it's wrapped and I haven't had a proper I've had a shower. I've had to buy something to put over the leg because I can't get that bandage wet. And it's literally like ace bandage, like it with some, I don't know what's under it. And maybe something magical under it. But I was just like, what is going on? And I was just not prepared. And so I had to borrow a knee scooter from somebody and I was on crutches for a little bit. I was just like, what is going on?
Oh my God. Like reliving the nightmare.
And let me tell you, I didn't think I was like, I know I've gained weight since the accident. But I think I handled that one pretty well, but not at this advanced age. Because it's been 8 years since I broke it.
Oh
and
my gosh, I can't believe it was that long.
I have to like do the math all the time. And so
well, it was pre-Baker. That's how I remember stuff.
And he's gonna be
oh
6 this year.
Had these shoes pre-Lucas, therefore these shoes are 22 years old.
I'm so surprised they're not disintegrating. And that's how you know that you can't recycle everything. The lifespan of somebody. So anyways, yeah. So if you think that you are in shape, I challenge you to get a pair of crutches and walk around for a week in crutches, or not a week, a day in crutches and feel how you feel the next day.
Yeah.
And then you need to go. No, just hopping around. You need to like hop around with one leg for one day and see if you're in shape.
Well,
that is your litmus test going forward.
You say that. So here in Tallahassee, it's called Springtime Tallahassee, and we do a big parade and a festival. And I'm part of the organization that puts it all together. So we build floats and we ride the floats, walk with the floats, blah, 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 and have parties. It's super fun and a big music festival. But like you're saying, we're getting a little older. And then also too, so I had one girlfriend that she was riding on a float and they stopped short. So she fell back and totally hurt her back. And then I have another girlfriend because their crew won the competition between the floats. And so she and her girlfriend like jumped up and hugged each other. And then somehow they ended up falling and she like tore her ACL. So literally at that Monday, this past Monday, after the whole festival and everything, it was like a party at the orthopedic office because it's like, hey, it's you. Oh, hey, how you doing, girl? I'm like, oh, how's your back? It was pretty funny. So,
oh my gosh.
So yes, but then my poor girlfriend that hurt her ACL, she was like, man, these crutches suck. And I was like, yeah, I remember that with Lucas several times when he hurt his feet from karate and just they're like your armpits hurt and they're not comfortable. They're not like they do the job, but they hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but all these, we had to go buy some because when I had my ankle, after I healed from my ankle the first time, I was like, I am done. I don't have to, I donated, I threw away my boot because who wants that? And I donated everything else. I was like, take it. I don't want to see it again. And then I'm like, well, here we are. Here we are. So now we have a new set of
Yeah.
crutches.
Oh man. But
Yeah.
now it's feeling better.
I can walk, I can hobble, but the thing is, it's like the bandage is around my ankle, so I don't really have the full movement of it right now. I
Okay.
go back tomorrow, and I cannot wait because when I first had it done, like I wasn't in a cast for very long. I was in the cast for about as long as I've been in this thing, like maybe 2 weeks, and this will be almost 2 weeks then when I get it off. And so I took very few showers, but at the time I wasn't moving. I was like literally on the couch, not moving, not expending energy. So like nothing, like whatever, but I have a child now, so I can't do that.
No.
And I taped it up the first time, and we had like plastic bag. It was just we knew it was secure. And then I bought this thing because I was like, I do not have time for this anymore to buy get the plastic bag, all this other, and I don't want to be wasteful. So I bought a thing on Amazon, and the Amazon reviews, it's like, great, terrible, and you're like, who do I believe? And so the first shower was incredibly stressful, and I was just panicking the whole time. I couldn't really stand, so that was added to it. But it was just like, I was like, oh, and I'm only taking showers when I have to take a so I don't have to take what is it? Geez, hold on, let me think. Sorry, Brad just texted me because we have to buy a freaking tire. Well, anyways, but I only when I have to wash my hair, so like every 3 days. But I'm obviously the hygienic, like I'm trying to soap and water, the important areas. But yeah, so tomorrow's the day.
Oh my gosh. Well, this kind of segues into what I was thinking we should talk about is customer service. And I understand that basically since the pandemic, like we're all taking a breather to some degree, and people are starting, and the Gen Zers, by the way, does anybody talk about Gen X anymore? Like, I think everybody's forgotten us. Like,
well, you're forgettable.
We're like Gen X, like basically we're nothing. It's the boomers,
I'm a borderline.
The millennials and the Gen Zers. Wait a minute. They're the people that raised the millennials and the Gen Zers. Excuse me, we are here. No, nobody cares what Gen X has to say. So, Gen Xers, when nobody cares about us. And apparently the Gen Zers and the millennials have decided that, the Gen Xers and the boomers, because they don't really talk about the Gen Xers. So the boomers work too hard. So they're trying to work less. And I get that. I absolutely understand. Like, if you're like Michael Moore did a movie, it's called Who Will We Invade Next? And he goes to like these different countries, and they talk about like how much time off they have, and whereas Americans, it's like 2 weeks a year, and they're like,
oh my, if I don't even know if the last time I had 2 weeks off or a week.
If you're allowed, like they'll say when you get hired, you have 2 weeks off a year, but you try and take the time. And they're like, no, we need you.
Or unlimited time off. That's a new thing. So they don't have to pay you at the end.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So all that's happening. So in the meantime, I believe that customer service has gone to poop. Like, I can't, and I've talked about this in some of our other episodes about trying to deal with doctors and the people who, like, not everybody, there's some amazing, and actually I will say, if you see Miami Health, they've been amazing. The nurses have been great. But other places that I've dealt with, it's just like you call, oh, by the way, there is no waiting list. If you would like to try and get in sooner, then, and this is what everybody used to say. They'd say, oh, in Canada, you can't get in to see a doctor for 3 months. I'm like, interesting, because I have the same problem in Florida. It can be like, oh my God, you have skin cancer. You need to get that removed immediately, but we can't see you for 3 months. But if you want to get in sooner, we don't have a waiting list. You need to call every day and see if we have an opening. Like that, has that happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I don't ever talk to anybody. Like, there's nobody to talk to.
Oh,
ever.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Oh, that's, you need to go to the portal. Go to the portal. And then and sometimes I do have good luck with the portal, but it's like, it's not stupid portals. And then nobody uses the same portal. So you've got 5 different portals for every doctor. So between my doctors and Luke's doctors, I've got to go. And then, of course, God forbid you forget your password. Then you're just SOL. Then you got to go
Yeah.
through the whole reset my password. Wait, two-factor authentication. And I mean,
I
everything takes, and I was saying to Jerry, everything takes like
yeah.
5 phone calls or 5 touches, like either a
Mhm.
text message or a portal message or something. Everything, even if it's something as important as your health.
Yeah.
And it's driving me crazy. Okay, another example. See, this is why I want to bring it up. Sorry, and I don't mean to like totally throw up on you, but
Yeah. It's okay.
I just want to know if anybody else is experiencing this. I just feel like so. Well, okay, here's my other example. I had to pull some money out of Lucas's 529
Mhm.
because his car was totaled, and which actually ended up being a good thing because we got a good amount of money for the car being totaled. Um, and they were actually pleasant to deal with, believe it or not, the insurance people. However, well, I'm trying to find a new car for him, new used car. That's been a hot mess because I
Yeah,
don't
I've
have a
heard
whole
because
lot
there's
of
like
money to
the
spend.
supplies down,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. So finding a used car for less than $10,000 is not easy. So there's that. But anyway, so I had to pull some money out of his 529 to help pay for this new used car. Well, I get on the phone with the guy and he's like, okay, well, what's your address? And it's complicated because my father opened the account. Luke is the beneficiary. I have power of attorney. So I'm calling to get them to send a check to Luke. And they're like, well, what's the address? And I was like, okay, it's my dad's address. Let me look it up. Here it is. Oh, that's not right. Like, okay, well, here's my address. Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, well, here's the account number. Yeah, that's fine. Here's this. Yeah. And then the guy says to me, he's like, you've tried 3 tries with me, so you've got to call back. You got to hang up and
Oh
call
my
back.
God, are you
Uh-huh.
kidding me?
Exactly. He's like, sorry. I mean, he wasn't like a total jerk about it, but at the same time, it was like, seriously? Like, I was like, well, maybe it's my niece's address because he opened up 2 accounts, one for Luke and one for my niece. So
Mm.
he's like, well, that's fine, but you got to call back and do it. You can't do
Oh
this.
my God, you got to be kidding me. I would be like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly. After I went through the phone zone, I already typed in half of this BS. And then
Yeah.
I get on the phone. It's just like the same thing. Like, they'll say, please put in your zip code for the existing account. You put do. Please enter the last 4 digits of your social security. Do.
Oh my God.
And
And then
then as
like
soon as you get on the
some like
phone,
disclaimer that you cannot pass and you just have to sit through every time.
oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
And then you get on the phone with somebody and they're like, what's your zip code? I'm like, dude, I just entered that in. Like, why did I spend all that time with,
Mhm.
Alexa? And
Oh yeah, I always ask that. I'm like, why did you have me enter it if you're just gonna ask me again? Oh, well, just
exactly. And
transfer
ask me
over.
again,
It's
what's
like,
the
well,
point?
this is
So,
insane.
but then I get on the phone so then I have to hang up, call back, go through the whole phone zone thing again.
Mhm.
And the woman, I told her, I was like, dude, I haven't had this problem before, but apparently I'm giving somebody the wrong address or whatever. And I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact they're trying, it's a chunk of change. So you need to keep it secure. But at the same time, really, dude, I have the account number. I have my social security number. I have my kid's social security number. I have my father's name, my father's address, my niece's address, my address. I have all of that.
Yeah.
Nope, you got to call back. So I told her basically a brief synopsis of what had happened. She's
Yeah.
like,
And that's
oh,
just
okay.
frustrating.
Yeah. And she's like, no, we'll make it work. She had no problems. No problem.
Yeah. It's weird. It's interesting the different people that you get because like some people, and this happens to me with me all the time with our insurance. I'll call and one person, it's just pulling teeth, and the next person, it's just the most pleasant thing ever.
Yeah. Well, and I try to, me, I try to make lemonade.
Yeah. And
And
I
when I
don't.
get PO'd, and I was thinking about this yesterday when I was just so frustrated. Because again, I just feel like I'm constant, and it's not easy to initiate all these things to try and
You
make
have to set
sure
aside
everything
time.
happens. Yeah. And well, and for me also, there's like I have a little bit of a mental block sometimes with doing these things. Like I
Okay.
have to, it's like jumping into cold water. Like we've talked about like me canceling my direct TV. Like I had to I'm doing this. And for somebody else like you, it's like super like, oh yeah, I'm just calling them and I'm canceling it. For me, I have to like mentally prepare
Oh
to
no,
do all
I'm
this
just,
stuff.
I always try to go in really positive and I escalate really quickly. And so, I mean, and I'm just like, I will basically call it the BS really, really soon. I'm like, listen, I don't understand how this is so difficult. And then they start getting defensive and then we climb that ladder real quick.
And then it's all over.
And sometimes I get transferred and sometimes I get hung up on. Yeah. And so like I like one time I called Comcast and I'm just trying to find out how much it was for an extra gigabyte on our download. And this is just because I was doing a lot of stuff for work and I was like, how much is that going to cost? And I can't go to the website and find out because why would that be that easy? I spent 30 minutes and three representatives to find out.
Oh my gosh. And you're looking to spend more money too, no less. Right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out how much my bills I'm looking for in my bill. And so like I had to like repeat, I'm like, why? I'm like, here's the situation. The second person, here's the situation. Why? God, why is this so difficult? This sucks. Or like, maybe I said you suck or not, or like, the company sucks. And the person just immediately transferred me. I was like, fair, but also like, why is this so difficult?
Exactly.
So I have no answers. I am not the person that's going to be the calm person. I don't. I work in customer service as well. And if I treated people the way I am treated, majority of the time, they would never come back to that organization. Never.
Yeah.
Like it's insane because they can. They can hire
they can get away with it
because that's the only option that you have. Like you have either a crappy option or a super crappy option. These are like, those are your options. And like, so I feel like no one's trying to up one another. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they don't have to.
Like, let's just take, for instance, fast food. Like,
oh God,
Chick-fil-A, whatever you feel about the company, because I know there's some political things with that. Right. Whatever you feel about the company, they have damn good customer service.
They do.
They're boom, 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 boom. There's never been a time where I've walked into a Chick-fil-A and been like, F that guy.
It's my
because
pleasure.
Like the attitude, I've never.
But that's I used to use that as a training tool. I used to tell Luke, I'd be like, okay, we went to XYZ fast food and see how they treat you, and then we go to Chick-fil-A. That comes from the top down.
Yeah,
like you're trained, and it's not really that because I've worked in I worked at Pizza Hut. I've definitely had some server jobs, and this brings me back to my making lemonade. I don't think I ever got to say my lemonade, but my lemonade, the point is that you're going to go. So all these other places will treat you like poop. And like, you kind of get over it. So you're going to gravitate towards the places and the people that treat you well.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have no choice. Like, especially that's where I get really annoyed with the doctor because it's like, dude, I have no choice. And this is my health. I'm not ordering a 10-piece chicken nugget. Like this is very important. I'm trying to take care of myself and my child, and you're treating me like crap. So I get very frustrated. However, there have been some really great people. And that's why I had to go, with the University of Miami, and they've been so amazing. So it gives the lemonade is that it gives you opportunity, to try and frequent the places where you're treated well. And then if you are somebody who works harder and goes the extra mile, which I try to do in my job and whatever I do, then hopefully it gives you the opportunity to succeed faster because you're going to be that much better.
Yeah, I think this is a business opportunity for somebody, not me, because you would just lose all your services. We're like, well, and we're canceling that service.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think somebody out there needs to start a service, and you kind of, for bills, you have that service. What is it called? The bill one that you give them thing and that you don't have to negotiate anything.
Oh, Trim. Yeah.
Is it Trim? I thought it was called something else for some reason. Anyways, so that they negotiate for you on your behalf, and then you get the best deal.
Yeah.
And then you save like half of that, right? Whatever that is.
Yeah. They give you like, you pay them whatever they saved you. So, but it's totally worth it. Yeah.
You pay
It's
them
an
whatever
app.
they saved you?
No, you pay them like a percentage of whatever they saved you. So
Yeah.
say
Okay.
they renegotiated with Xfinity or whatever,
Yeah.
and it'll save you $350 a year. They take like a third of that.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean that's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
And so but when it comes to medical though, there has to be a service out there somewhere that hold on, I've got a cough, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cough on that.
There's got to be somebody that can advocate. And that's what I've said too. It's like, you're not feeling well. So even if you're doing it for yourself and not for your child, you're not feeling well. So you don't have the energy to like go through all the rigmarole. And then they're like, well, you need to fax this because of HIPAA rules. And it's like,
yeah. And you're
God,
like, I'm fine with emailing.
Machine?
I'm fine with emailing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with emailing. I don't care. Well, because of HIPAA. But at least, again, Miami, they're like, you can upload it into your portal.
Yeah, a lot of them have
portals,
which is nice.
Which, again, but in Tallahassee, they only use it for messages. Like, they don't put any of your records on the portal.
Oh, really?
It's so annoying. Oh, yeah. And then you need a fax crap. And I'm like, who has a freaking fax machine?
Yeah.
Like, good luck.
90-year-old grandfather.
Exactly.
Sure, honey, come here.
Come here, darling.
So if you know a service that does this, because I'm sure there has to be something out there, right?
Somebody
there has to be.
Will manage your, like, well, of course, they'd probably have to be licensed and whatever, because you're going to divulge all your health stuff. But
do they? I don't know.
I mean, I don't care
if you're divulging it. Then what does it matter?
Hemorrhoids? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think it all started because of the AIDS thing, and they didn't want, which I understand.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, do I care if people know about what's going on with my health? I really don't care. If you want to know about
I don't care.
What's going on, that I've got like, a precancerous thing on my back, or, I don't, I've got rheumatoid arthritis. Here you go. Have fun. Like, I don't know. But some people, I guess, feel like they need to be.
Yeah. And there's some people that have very sensitive, so I get it. But there has to be,
I don't mean to make fun of it, but yeah, there's got to be somebody out there that can like handle it all for you, make all the phone calls and handle the insurance companies, and because then there's that, yeah.
And if there's not, let's do it. I'll find somebody, not me, to handle it.
Not it. So yeah,
because like I said, escalate quickly.
Customer service.
And if you're a customer service representative that I've yelled at on, and I honestly, I try to
I've yelled at you. If I yelled at you,
I try to preface it.
That.
Whenever I get on a call with a new person, I go, listen, I am super frustrated. I'm at a level 10 out of 5 right now. So I just need you to understand that I'm really frustrated, and it's not against you.
And I know it's not your fault. Yeah.
And that's what I say. I said, it's not against you.
It's not your fault, but for the love of God.
It's the previous person. It's the, rigmarole that I'm having to go through. It's everything else. And I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. I am so sorry for anything I say. And then some people are like, oh my God, and the great ones are like, oh my gosh, let's figure it out. And other people are like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, great.
Yeah, totally. They're definitely, like I told the story with the 529. It's like, the one guy's like, sorry, I can't find it. You have to call back. Like, what, WTF? And then, I call back and she's like, oh yeah, we'll figure this out. We'll make it work.
Mm-hmm. Like, what they should do is Undercover Boss does that, the Undercover Boss thing. But what they should do is do it like with calling in. Access information.
Well, they do like the ghost shopping. I actually have a friend that's done that. Like, you ever heard of ghost shopping? Hire a service, and then you work for the service, and you go in and they say, I want you to buy this and ask these questions and blah, blah.
Yeah, but they need to do it for online.
Yeah, they need to do it for customer service people. Yeah. So, but if you are a customer service person and you're awesome, thank you.
Yeah. I honestly try to call back and say, this person helped me and they were amazing. Like, I really try to, just like when I go in stores, especially, like, I'm like, this person was amazing.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like I get annoyed with surveys. I'm like, for the love of God, I'm already paying you. And now you want me to spend time answering a freaking survey.
Mhm.
But I've started to actually spend time saying positive things on surveys. Because when
Yeah.
somebody's really good, then I'm like, you know what? I need to go ahead and give them a little bump up, and so that people know that they're actually working, whereas these other schlubs aren't doing crap.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, and if you have a complaint about our podcast, well, don't bother. Heather will yell at you.
I will not. No, we take constructive criticism for
No,
sure.
we do. I'm teasing.
For sure. But yeah, you can always rate our podcast if you want to.
Yes,
we
please
do look
rate
at them,
us.
and there are some that
Yeah.
are just ridiculous, but then others that are very helpful.
Constructive. Yes. No, absolutely. We want to get better. So if you're constructive, we're there. So
Or you can always
read us
email
and-
us at ican'tmomtodaypodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. You do Twitter. I don't do Twitter. And are you doing anything with TikTok?
No.
Okay. So don't get us on those. It's all I Can't Mom Today podcast. And if you want a little sticker
Yes.
for your car, for your coffee mug, for your
Yes.
water bottle,
They're
for
super
your
cute. I need to post a picture of the stickers. They're so cute. And
Yes.
I need to send you one.
Yeah, I wasn't going to call you out this time, but thank you. Yes,
I
that
called
would be
myself
great.
out. But yes, if you email us your address, and again, we won't put you on any mailing list or anything. We'll literally send the sticker and throw away your address because we don't want to intrude on you. So
Yeah.
But if you'd like one, they're free.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.